Hey, a quick note about today's show. If you're wondering why we don't talk about Stan Bowman being named the general manager of the Edmonton Oilers today, that's because it was recorded before that news broke, as is tradition with the SDP. We actually recorded this episode yesterday afternoon to accommodate a guest for a VIP episode in August, a very special guest. So look out for that in August, and we will hit that news about Stan Bowman next Monday on the newest SDP. Look out for the VIP that comes on Friday, and then next Monday the regular show, and then next Wednesday the regular show, and then that'll be our final show until September in terms of regular news hockey shows. But you'll always get your VIPs throughout August. So that's the reason you don't hear that news. Here's the show. I am done blabbing.
SDP, the Steve Dangle Podcast, with your hosts, Steve Dangle, Adam Wilde, and Jesse Blake.
Hi! You're 79 days from the start of the regular season.
Oh, man, I'm going to be so stoked in 10 days.
Name a player who wears 79.
Oh.
Currently?
Yeah.
Damn. I was going to say Andrei Markov.
He's got to be active in the NHL.
Currently wearing 79.
Yeah.
Currently wearing 79. Currently. I don't know.
I have no idea either. Is there anybody?
I'm pulling up the.
Oh, my God, you don't know the answer?
I don't know off the top of my head.
If
no.
the answer's zero, I'm going to.
But they have a sweater numbers page on Hockey Reference, so I'm just going to it.
This is the most July beginning.
You guys got to give.
I love it. No, it's fine. No, let's let this.
You guys don't. You don't
let
even
it fall.
Guess.
Let it fall.
Who are you, me?
This
is a real Steve-ass start to the show.
There's 6 players in the NHL. Actually, I did know one.
Currently?
I did know one.
Currently wearing it.
Yeah.
That is a lot.
Because I watched him a lot these playoffs.
That means there are players on 6 teams.
That's the hint.
Keandre Miller?
Hey! Yeah. Andre Miller is a 79. We also have Sammy Blais.
Okay.
Samuel LeBerge for the New Jersey Devils.
Oh, I think it's LeBerg. I don't actually.
Carter Hart, who doesn't count anymore.
Oh, Charlie Lindgren.
And Cole Schwindt.
Cole Schwindt.
The Calgary Flames.
Okay.
How did the Flames get him?
679.
How did the Flames get Cole Schwindt? Kachuk trade.
There you go.
Wow.
Oh,
Damn.
wow.
It's crazy, man.
There it is. Hey, it is crazy. And I'm not even totally sure that's true. I think it is.
The least worn numbers right now are 98 and 90. No, actually 97. The least worn number right now.
Oh,
3 players are wearing that number.
Yeah, 3 of them are?
3, yep.
Wow, 97?
Amongst numbers that are being worn, 97 is the least worn number.
Who
3
else wears
players.
97?
Yeah.
That is a great trivia question that I am about to ask you guys, and here it is. Who are the 3 players who wear 97?
Well, Connor McDavid. 33%. We got it.
And now it gets hard.
Actually, I lied. 1 player wears 69. Chase
that.
DeLeo. That is the least worn.
Good for him.
Chase DeLeo wears 69. He's the only player in the NHL who wears 69. But 3 players wear 97. Who are they?
97. 3 players.
You should know 1.
Connor.
After Connor. You should know 2 then. Yeah.
After Connor?
Yeah.
Now, I want to know if they wore this before he got in the NHL, like if they're older.
This one's like a slam dunk you should have got.
Oh, no.
You should be pretty mad.
I am mad.
I won't be.
Mad.
I won't be. I don't know.
What? Bedard's
Man.
98, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm trying to think. All hockey guys are the same. So I'm trying to think of McDavid's draft class. There's McDavid. There's Eichel. Who went 3rd that year? 2015. Son of a gun. Oh, I'm so upset.
Adam's like, I'm tapped out.
Who?
I don't freaking know.
Kaprizov.
Oh! Hayden should have been the clue.
Wow.
He started wiggling.
He might be the only one good enough to like wear it.
Yeah.
and be and not-
Kaprizov is a 97. McDavid's a 97. And the final 97 is Joshua Waugh.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Of Vegas?
Montreal.
No. Oh.
Wow.
Don't know.
Wasn't there a tweet about years ago that Connor McDavid's number was 2? No, it was Jesse Puljujarvi's number was 98 and it was too close to Gretzky and he shouldn't have been wearing it at Edmonton. Wasn't that a Jim Matheson tweet or something like that? Where it's like Jesse Puljujarvi, 4th overall pick, still on the come up at that point. Obviously, it never panned out for him, but wasn't there a thing? It was like, well, he's just too. And people were like, "Well, Connor McDavid's 97, man," and he's like, "Yeah, but he's Connor McDavid."
Yeah, but he's Connor. Just there are so many criticisms.
I didn't know jersey adjacency was an issue.
There are so many criticisms of players where the first draft was like they said that, and then also, and he's a foreign. Oh, delete. Like man, who gives a damn?
Steve, were you upset when Joel Edmondson wore 20, the number 20?
Yeah, sack of crap, stealing my number.
That's aggressive.
No, yeah, it is aggressive. Well, you know who also wore 20 was Frank Corrado, didn't he? Or was it 20 or 22?
I don't remember.
I don't know.
No.
I don't care if a Leaf wears 20 on account of I'm not on the Leafs
Team.
It's kind of crazy how you're not on.
That's good that you don't care, man.
You have my don't worry, you have my blessing.
You know who else doesn't care?
Everyone. Yeah, but they don't stick around, do they?
No, that's true.
It's like Voldemort in the Defense Against the Dark Arts job. Friggin' how'd that work out for you, Nick Ritchie? If he picked 19, he might still be here.
I think it'd be funny if one day we get the Leafs involved with you having a number for the Leafs.
Well, there's already a controversy.
What is it?
Joseph Woll wears 60, but that's already taken.
By Carlton.
Carlton, the damn bear.
Carlton.
But could a Leaf wear 60?
No.
Stop it. Yes,
Carlton the bear is a Leaf.
They didn't.
He's going to get a comically sized ring
you could wear
when
60.
they win.
You could wear 60. In fact, if Lou Lamoriello were still the GM, I'm sure he would be giving 60s out like it was going out of style.
No, because 60's too high.
Oh, what's his thing?
I don't remember, but he didn't let players wear high numbers unless you were really good. Then he would think about it.
Because like Nylander got
Vermillion.
39, right?
He originally got 39, and then it was
in the old Leaf.
Or no, he's 62. I think was his. Oh no, it was 39, then 62. No, I'm confused. He definitely wore 62 with the Marlies, 39 with the Leafs, 29. Now he's 88.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, Burke tried to do that. Grabowski was 84.
What did he try to make him do?
54.
What?
I don't remember that at all.
You know, yeah.
Oh.
It looked.
I'm
really
glad I don't.
stupid.
It's pretty stupid. Why? Like, who cares? Just let him. Listen, they have to do a lot to get here, especially a guy from like Bobrovsky. He's from freaking Belarus, man.
Yeah.
Like, it's not easy to get here.
It's
Give him his
possible.
number.
It's possible that was Cliff Fletcher, but yeah. Either way, Grabowski wore 54 very briefly until people were like, "That's dumb."
I lied on the quiz.
You piece of crap.
97 isn't the least worn jersey. Well, 69 technically is, but there's another jersey that only one player in the NHL wears, and he's a really good player, and nobody else has worn his number. Do you know what it is?
83.
No. It should be very obvious in that he's gonna go down as one of the all-time greats, and nobody's wearing his number.
Nobody currently is wearing his number?
He's the only player in the NHL wearing his number.
87.
87.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
It
Oh,
was
there you
a
go.
very awkward number before he came in with it.
Mm-hmm. And I think it's very respectful that nobody else is wearing it currently. Like, that's pretty cool.
It is pretty cool. Although I think there might have been a near miss.
Why?
Because you know who wore 87 with the Marlies, and then people said, "Are you sure?" Leo Komarov. He wore 87, and people were like, "Wait, so when you go to the NHL," and then he didn't. He wore 47.
Right.
But I think he thought about it. I wish he did it.
Did you guys see the?
Why?
I said this to
It
you.
would have been very funny.
It would have been amazing. Actually, it would be a fun way if you were like a divisional. Like, there should be a Philadelphia Flyer player.
Mm-hmm.
If the Flyers were good,
Who wears 87?
who wears 87? Don't you think?
There should always be a hat
would
that
be
wears 67.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
Like, if you're a Calgary Flame, take number 97.
No.
Yeah.
I
You're
like
a Canuck, take number 97. Like, just, why not? Why not just be like, oh, yeah? Okay.
That would be great if one day just the team, like the designated shitheel, changed their number like mid-season.
It would
Just
be-
for that
Just
game.
for the game. It'd be amazing. Like, see, Komarov is like, we haven't had a lot of shit heels, but I can see like a Michael Bunting or a Leo Komarov or, you know, going like, you know what? Let's fuck with them. Yeah. I think you got to have, though, if you're a heel, you got to have a little bit of the team behind you. You got to have
100%.
You can't just show up the first year and do that. You got to be like Brad Marchand level.
Yeah, you can't be Matthew Tkachuk in Calgary where they're like, why are you trying?
Yeah, well,
Stop it.
Stop trying. What if we didn't try?
Get out of here.
Go win a cup,
Go win a cup.
loser?
Go do well.
Yeah. No, you gotta be like that. I think. Now, by the way, I sent a picture through, but Michael Bunting had himself a Leaf reunion at his wedding yesterday.
He sure did.
All the Leafs, and I wanted to see how many of them you could pick out because some of the faces have changed.
Really?
Yeah, some of the faces have changed. There's some beards. There's some teeth.
See, I think there's Chronically Online and there's Chronically Hockey Online. I was able to identify all of them immediately. All of them immediately, zero difficulty.
Hard.
All right, tell us, Steve.
Run
Who's
through
in the
them.
picture?
All right, top left, Alex Kerfoot. Bottom left, Mitch Marner. Bob
Ogden.
Marner. Next to Alex Kerfoot, John Tavares. Below him, Morgan Riley. In the middle, we got Michael Bunting looking so happy. Congratulations, Michael. Underneath him, Wayne Simmons. Next to Wayne Simmons, Jake Muzzin. Above Jake Muzzin, Austin Matthews.
With the twirly mustache.
Please keep that mustache.
Yeah.
Holy crap. Next to Jake Muzzin, Stanley Cup champion Kyle Clifford. Above Kyle Clifford, Frederick Anderson. And sneaking very oddly into the photo behind Freddie Anderson is TJ Brody.
TJ Brody, that is a very TJ Brody pose.
Yeah.
That sums up his Leaf career right there. It's like he's here, but
Hey.
Did you see him?
He's just a funny guy.
Yeah.
He's a very strange guy. And I think he was it's funny to see him there because I think he was very happy to see Michael Bunting become a Leaf because I feel like he was the guy they always like pranked and made fun of, kind of.
TJ?
In the room. And then Bunting came and they were all
Really?
like, you.
I thought everybody left Brody alone. I thought that was
No. No. Well, he was the guy who I feel like they were designatedly like, here, go ask TJ something if you want to hear something weird.
yeah.
Like conspiracies and
Yeah,
stuff like
that
that.
was-
Go ask TJ something weird.
I remember the Amazon doc. He was barely in it because it was like, okay,
Yeah.
if you want to go get something weird, go to Brody, but they just kind of left him alone.
Hockey pranks are so stupid, but there was one with Bunting that I really liked, where they put the sticker on his helmet that said Michael. In all practice, they were just calling him Michael, and he's like, "What's happening?" And he was like, he wasn't brushing it off. He was getting upset. He's like, "Why is everyone calling me Michael?" I like
It only works if the person's gonna be upset too, right?
Yes.
Like you have to be able to, by the way, Freddie, can we just bring that picture back up for just a sec, Jesse? Freddie Anderson with long hair. Handsome devil.
He's one of those guys who
Looks good.
sort of does it all. He's done it all.
Done it all. And by the way, everybody's top buttons undone except for Michael Bunting there.
Yeah.
Everybody's got that casual look. That means they've had a few drinks.
Well, this is later in the night,
Yep.
but not too later in the night.
Yeah.
Summer's fun because it's the only time hockey players do things.
Yes.
So, like you see every hockey player's at vacation. They all get married. They all get engaged in the same month. So they're all just doing these things. It's fun.
I don't know why golfing is like the go-to insult. Like when someone misses the playoffs or gets knocked out of the playoffs. Oh, go golfing. Like, no, if you actually pay attention to how hockey players behave, go get married. Yeah,
Why'd you
go
go and
enjoy
get
your
engaged?
honeymoon. Yeah. Why don't you go enjoy the love of your life?
Go enjoy like a really fun hobby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
No.
insulting.
yeah.
Yeah. Go have a good time.
Hey, Steve, go play Red Dead.
Yeah.
Loser.
Why would you even say that to me?
The Leafs lost. Go play your favorite video game.
Oh my God. I haven't even
man.
gone to the gunsmith in Valentine to get a Springfield rifle. So
Well, you better do that,
Yeah.
loser.
Yeah.
That sounds awful.
Don't forget to get some oil to shine that up, loser.
Oh, yeah. You're right.
You got to maintain
But
your gun.
I can't afford to buy any from the gunsmith, so I got to go raid an O'Driscoll hideout and kill them
Wow.
and hope they have it on their corpses.
That's great. Wow. That's
It's actually kind of a dark game.
How close
is
are we to the
insane
next
about that.
GTA?
apparently very
Is
close.
it's next.
Apparently it's 25.
25.
Yeah, and it's based back in
Yeah, because we got the
Florida.
trailer.
Florida Vice City again.
Was it early this year or late last year when we got the trailer?
Late last year.
It was late last
And
year.
it was all based on like real Florida man clips.
Yeah.
Which I thought was amazing. Really, really funny. And they have some of the best, like in video games, one of the best senses of humor. right? Like you think about
They're really bizarre.
Think about the last Grand Theft Auto, which some people have played for 10 years. I still have people on my Facebook page who post their modded cars from Grand Theft Auto. And still, they're like, you should check out the new car.
You know why? You're on Facebook.
Yeah, well, that's right.
I lost my login several years ago.
Then you're not missing it.
I don't care.
The thing about it though is like you remember when you go to that whatever their version of Facebook is, and you have to do that mission in their Facebook.
Oh, Life Invader.
Yeah, and that whole tech thing, that mission sums up the tech scene from like 2010 to 2015. Just a bunch, like it's so perfect. And then don't you blow it up and then the stock crashes and you can like make a bunch of money?
You don't blow it up, you blow up the founder.
You blow up the founder.
Yes.
Right.
Dock with me. I still like it.
Jesse,
Fall 2025.
2025.
Fall 2025. We're all playing GTA 6.
I think there's going to be next year. I could be wrong on this. There's going to be a ton of video games that come out in the spring, and there's going to be nothing in the fall. Everybody knows. It's like, you know what? It's Grand Theft Auto. I'm not going up against that shit.
Nope.
No thanks.
Christmas 2024. You get your loved one hockey rants and raves with Harper Collins, and then 2025 you get him GTA 6.
I thought you were going to write a Steve's Guide to Red Dead Redemption.
I could do that over the next little while.
You think so?
Why don't I do that? You know what? A game that came out in 2018. There's no time like the present.
It's still one of the most played games, like in terms of concurrent players.
Yeah, because it friggin' slaps.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
I don't understand why you don't stream it more.
Because like I hop on when I have time.
Yeah, that's what streaming is.
You know what I mean? No,
But then
streaming is
it's
you go,
also-
I'm doing this now.
It's not when you're streaming, it's not like you're just playing it for fun. You're doing a job in front of the camera.
Yeah.
You know?
I feel like
you're doing
work.
it for your hobby is why you when you hop on right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like people would hate watching me play it because they're like, oh, go do a mission. And I'm like, no, I'm going to go hunt like
Build the
6
raccoon hat.
Yeah, different animals so I can. There's a coat I really like. I like
I think
legendary
people
moose
they're not
coat.
doing it to watch. They're doing it to hang out.
Oh, okay. I'll
They
hang
just
out.
want to chat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like all the discourse right now around the new college football game that came out because everybody's
Oh,
really
it's
hyped on it.
exhausting.
But I'm a really big offline video game person, especially in sports games. Like I like my franchise modes. I like playing just in exhibition matches and all that stuff. So, and I like how everybody's just in the one where you're playing your own player and you're trying to win the Heisman Trophy and all that, or they're doing you're building your own school program and they're trying to take them from wherever to being a top contender. And nobody's like really into, we're playing online, all that stuff. Cause I love that right now everybody's doing the offline modes. It's cool.
Well, it's because online's insane.
Yeah.
Insane. Like I see there are certain like shooter games, like war games, where you get to talk to your opponents. Why do you want that? I don't understand why you want that. Oh, what does it go? Poorly? Always? Like
Yeah.
I don't understand.
Well, like
I barely want to talk to my own team when I play drop-in.
when I used to play online like Star Wars, I used to do a lot of Battlefront 1 online, and the only people you could talk to, the more recent Battlefront one, not the cool one from the early 2000s, you could talk to your buddies, like because you create a party of 4, and then you jump in. But because I remember the Call of Duty lobbies, and they were insane.
Yeah.
And no interest. Thanks. Appreciate that.
You're not going to believe this. It's still just as bad.
Still just bad. Yeah, it didn't get better.
Oh.
Didn't you used to talk about that when you played online against people like in NHL and stuff too? Like you'd have like you'd be playing like some dad who's,
Dad! Like you would just hear their neglected child behind them to Dad! And I'm like, holy shit. Like, can you unplug your mic? Go be a parent and leave the game. And if you're not going to do that, unplug your mic so I don't have to listen to Dad. I'm hungry.
So Jesse, did you buy the new college football game yet?
No, I'm not gonna dabble in that one.
You're not going to dabble in that
No,
one.
I have the new MLB The Show game. That's gonna be my summer game in terms of sports games.
Okay.
Fucking sitting there playing 162 games is all I need.
That's intense. That's a lot of games.
Yeah, but
now
it's fun.
are you be a player? My favorite part about the show is be like making
Oh, Road to the Show?
Yeah.
No, I like the games. Like I like franchise mode.
Okay.
Yeah.
Damn.
I got
Damn.
this.
Make the Blue Jays actually good.
Do you get the new Sims?
What's that?
There's the new version of The Sims. It's VR without the headset where you just have and raise a child. And that's all you do
That's Isla.
instead of playing video games.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't name them, but yeah.
That's when I stopped playing The Sims. I used to play it in high school, and then one day I was like, I have to do all this shit in real life. Like, what am I doing? Like, why am I wasting my time with this?
Do you guys? I've never used the VR headsets, the Oculus.
I haven't either.
or
fun.
even the Apple one.
No, they're great.
I know Justin Fisher's got one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've been in it.
Yeah,
Tried it?
Drunken Bar Fight is a fun game.
I've watched the YouTube videos. They're
Yeah,
good, yeah.
it's a great introduction. You just go in and you can talk
Start
to
a fight.
people and be nice, or you can just bottle them.
Steve, how important is sleep?
Very.
You know why? You know I'm asking Steve that? Because he doesn't get any. And it's because
It's coming back.
it's coming back. Are you sleep training?
Oh, you bet.
Now he has a daughter who's young, and obviously when kids are young, they don't sleep. Now, how would you like this? How would you like this?
A bed full of rocks.
No.
Oh, no, something better?
No, I want you to have a brand new mattress that is completely made for you from Helix Sleep.
For Isla?
No. For Steve. No, Isla and she's a baby. They're
You
allowed
can put her on the
She
couch.
doesn't get a
It's fine.
Helix sleep mattress.
I'm sure she could
No.
have. There are Helix Sleep kids mattresses designed for growing bodies and endorsed by child sleep experts. There you go. So listen, all you have to do is get online. You take the quiz and you find out which Helix mattress works best for you and your body. And there's a 10 to 15 year warranty depending upon which Helix mattress you get, and a 100-night trial. So once Isla's ready to go, then you can be like, all right, you know what? I'm treating myself. Brand new mattress time.
I'm going to, in hockey terms, increase my honk shoes per 60.
That's your honk shoes.
I'm going to be honk shoeing all over the place.
And here's the best part, guys. And this is for an offer for every listener, every viewer. Helix is offering up to 30% off of all mattresses and 2 free pillows. Not 1, but 2 free pillows. Go to helixsleep.com/SDP. That's helixsleep.com/SDP. This is their best offer yet, and it will not last long. With Helix, better sleep starts now. Steve, you did a 2024 Maple Leafs roster preview. And what I wanted to know is I don't want to know about the video. I can watch the video. 16 minutes of pure Steve Dangle bliss. When you prepared this video, why did you choose July 20th to release it? What was it that where you were like, you know what? I feel it today. It's coming out.
One was a complete lack of content on my channel. Another was Drew and I talked about off-season content and when I am available to shoot and when he's available to edit, and we came up with that day. It's not like in recent years I've done videos like that where like I think I did one in May one year where I was like, here's the Leafs roster for next year right now. And it was hot dog shit. And people were like, oh my God. And I'm like, no. The point I'm trying to make is here's what the roster would be if they did nothing. So it helps accentuate, hey, here's where they need to upgrade and do this and do that. This year, that's not the case. The roster's, it's kind of done. Like there is still work to do. I don't understand exactly how they're going to keep everybody and be cap compliant. Yanni Hakanpää is like an enormous, is the word linchpin here? Like everything kind of depends on what they're doing there. If they're even going to be able to sign him, you know what I mean? Because I think what I did was I had the Leafs sign Yanni Hakanpää to his rumored cap hit of $1.5 million. Connor Timmins goes down to the minors, so that whole cap hit is buried. Even then, Nick Robertson and Connor Dewar, who are both restricted free agents, would have to sign for $1 million, which I don't think they're gonna.
I'm sorry. If
in order for
Strong's signing for $1 million, you're signing for $1 million.
Well, it's a fair point.
Like, what do you got?
If those two sign for $1 million or less, the Leafs can afford to keep everybody and have 2 spares and have cap space, which they never do at the beginning of the season. They could have a spare forward and a spare D. But it's, it's obviously July.
Right.
A lot of teams don't have a fully fleshed out roster. Some teams still have holes. You know how you were like, who's going to play for the Hurricanes? With the Leafs, I'm like, here it is.
You're right.
Here's the roster.
Already signed up, ready to go.
Here's the whole thing.
I'm curious about Yanni Hakanpää because you can tell all the hockey media are gone because no one's talking about it.
Dude,
no one's putting it out there. They are so very gone. And it's one of those things where you're like, this would be a bigger story if it were any other time of the year. Like a guy who they signed, they talked about signing, they openly talked, like Brad Treliving openly talked about him.
Mm-hmm.
And it's still unofficial. Now, are they just trying to pull a Lou Lamoriello? Have they already signed this and it doesn't matter? Or are they actually looking at this guy's name?
I think you nailed it in that if the people whose job it was to investigate this stuff was working, we'd have more info and it would be like, oh, this is kind of weird and there's something going on behind the scenes here. But because the insiders aren't poking at this, that it's kind of flying very under the radar.
Has anyone emailed Brad?
Something sketchy is going on.
Hey, Brad.
Hey, Bard.
Hey, Bart.
Dude, anything after like the second week of July, you can't get a hold of these people.
No.
You can't get it. You know how annoying it was like at Sportsnet, like especially early on in my tenure there? Because like that counts. It's not the NHL, but they cover the NHL. Dude, everyone's gone. Unless you cover baseball, they're gone. I feel like the Summer Olympics just pisses everyone in sports media off. You know what I mean?
Well,
Winter,
you know
it's like, I was already working.
You know what pissed everybody off was when the NHL for 2 summers in a row bled right into July.
That was
terrible.
Horrible.
It was horrible. It was horrible because you're exhausted, right?
Nobody wanted to watch hockey. I mean, the number one example of that was the bubble playoffs when like no one else is playing anything right now. You have your pick of the litter. You have a captive audience, basically. Playoffs in August. Here we go. And no one gave a shit.
No.
No one cared.
Ratings weren't great. They were not great.
No, they were one of the least watched playoffs ever in like all the leagues. Well, I guess the NBA and NHL especially. Because the NFL kind of went off without a hitch. They just did their thing throughout the fall.
Yep.
They played the Super Bowl. They packed 20,000 people in there.
Good luck, everyone.
Yeah, but NBA and NHL really struggled.
Good luck, everyone. Bald Eagle.
It's outside. It's outside.
It was also in Florida.
Yeah. Oh,
So
yeah.
there are no rules anyway.
No rules. Listen, you're. I remember, man. I remember that. I remember being very excited because obviously we were doing a show and we dialed it back. At that point, we were doing 2 episodes a week, max. And then we dialed it back to 1 episode a week. Huh?
How the fuck did we even do that?
Well, no, we did. That was our schedule, was 2 a week.
No,
and then we dialed it back.
About what? Like, I don't remember what we talked
Well,
about.
that's why we dialed it back to 1. And then when hockey came back, we pumped it back up to 2. And I remember sitting down in my, I just freshly moved into a new apartment because I was coming off a divorce and I was ready. And I'm like, I've got my new TV and I'm ready to be, Ferrari bed dad and
Ferrari bed.
And frickin', I'll never forget. I was like, I hope they put like a great show on tonight. And I'll never forget, it was like the saddest intro to a hockey game I've ever seen that Sportsnet decided to put on. It was like just this melodramatic music. And I think it was supposed to be celebrating frontline workers. But what it ended up being was it sounded like a funeral. And I was like, man, a cool way to start this when everybody's freaking down. You should be like, that's when you get like America, but like frontline workers.
Yeah.
Like, you got to celebrate these people.
It was, yeah.
It was I was like, oh, that really let the air out of the balloon. And it was kind of like, it was hard to shake that. That feeling.
Hey, enjoy your escape, but just know shit's never been worse. And what it should have been was like, holy fuck, it's hockey.
Yeah.
August, are you shitting me?
Yeah.
You haven't done anything for months and now playoff hockey is on. Fuck yeah. Just tear your shirt off. But like, I don't know. I guess people were in the mood for it.
Well, I think people were in the mood. I think they just struck the wrong tone.
They misread the room.
Yeah, absolutely. I remember those days. Those were crazy, crazy days. So let me ask you this: how do we feel about an extended press conference?
Before we hit the press conference, let me run you through the news then. we had I got 4 hockey stories for you guys.
Oh, you do?
One.
Oh, yeah, one-
Since we recorded last episode, Dean Evason has been named the head coach of the Columbus Blue Jackets.
I
Really forgot about that.
when I drive home from the show, sit down on my couch and I read news that we didn't cover. I'm like, shit.
So
Good for Creed. I'm happy for him.
officially, Dean Evason is head coach. He surprisingly, I was looking back at some of his numbers, surprisingly didn't have a very successful run in Minnesota. So Hayden can speak to that, but never won a playoff round.
The Wild never win.
The Wild, since the lockout, have won 2 playoff series. They've advanced past the first round twice, and that's
Better than the Leafs.
So they haven't been very successful, and he didn't have the greatest run there individually. But I think decent choice. I don't have any hot takes on it.
Yeah, I mean, like one of those coaches where I feel like a coach's annoying decisions and tendencies get accentuated when they're with a team that's just not all that good. Like, I'm sure John Cooper does annoying things. I just never hear about any of them.
Yeah.
Okay, Minnesota didn't do that great while he was there. I'm sorry. Should they have? Like, I don't know. They were fine.
Yeah, it's not on him.
It's not. I wouldn't say so.
Yeah,
they were fine.
Yeah. I think that he took over the Wild during a really bad period. You know, they bought out Suter Parise, and that sucks. And managed to make the playoffs, not this year, but last year.
Dead cap makes more than Kaprizov.
Double. It's like 15 million in dead cap.
It's really bad.
Like the fact that they're winning games at all. A lot of us thought, they'll just go full San Jose.
All things considered, the Wild are in I think a really good spot considering how imagine how many teams are in the NHL could survive what the Wild are currently doing? Like, okay, 15 million or 14, whatever it is, $1 million in dead cap. Bang. Go figure it out.
Yeah.
All right, everyone's got an $88 million cap ceiling. Yours is
the Coyotes.
74. Good luck.
Hey, I wonder.
See you in the Yoffs.
Is there see you in the Yoffs? Is there? What's the lowest cap you can have this year, Jess? Do you remember that? We talked about it last episode.
It was 66, I think.
66.
Or that was the salary cap floor last season. So it's just above that.
In the 60s.
66.
So technically speaking, you could have a team that bought out so much salary. Mm-hmm. Like if the Leafs bought out John Tavares, Mitch Martin, William Nylander, they could buy all 3 of them out, but not reach the cap floor.
Wait, say that again?
So, okay, 87 million is the highest, or 87.5. 66 is the lowest. If you buy, that's a $20 million gap. If you bought out more than $20 million.
Oh, if the Wild bought those players out?
Well, so if let's say the Wild had bought 3 players out, like they're suspiciously close, right?
They wouldn't hit the cap. You're saying
they wouldn't hit the cap floor.
I'm confused by where you're going.
They wouldn't hit the cap floor. You buy out. Can you buy it out enough money to not hit the cap floor? Is what I'm saying.
You ever see those episodes of The Simpsons where like Homer's just got like animals playing the cymbals? In his head?
Is that where your head's at?
Yeah,
I'm telling you.
I'm not getting it.
No,
I got July.
Okay, Steve. Cap floor, right? If you don't hit the cap floor, you're not compliant.
What is the cap?
The cap floor. The cap is 87.5. Cap floor is 66.
No, it's not. It's 88.
Oh no, it's 87.5.
It's 88. Kiss my ass.
Okay.
You know, remember they added the 500K?
Did they?
Yeah.
Is that okay? Cool.
88. Kiss my ass.
Okay, so 88. So if you bought out $22 million, in cap space, so you could not be cap compliant, or 23 million, because you would be at $67 million.
Jesse.
Mm-hmm.
For you, where does this rank on the deserved interest?
I think it's interesting.
It's like 2.
Oh man,
yeah, it's.
I never considered the possibility. Okay,
you guys should have never given me the deserved interest. You guys, do you enjoy your monster, Dr. Frankenstein?
What other cool stories?
Other story: Scotiabank Place.
Oh yeah,
Scotia Place is what they're calling it. The Calgary Flames officially, after so many years of not having a arena that is competent, finally get a new arena. They unveiled the renderings, as we all love the 3D renderings of these fake places that don't exist yet. We got them yesterday. This is Scotia Place for everybody watching, everybody listening. We're showing the arena. Looks like it's going to be pretty cool. I'm glad that Calgary gets an actual arena now that can hold lights for concerts, which
Scotia
the
Place.
Saddle Dome can't do.
Yeah.
Brought to you by Scotia Bank Arena, sponsored by Rogers Center and Rogers Place and Rogers Arena and Scotia Rogers and Rogers Scotia.
It seems like Scotia. I think there already is another Scotia Place, isn't there? Like a much smaller venue called Scotia.
There's Scotiabank Pond in Toronto.
Oh wow. Okay. Well,
Yeah, they're definitely competing. Yeah.
you know what? It looks good. I'm happy for the city of Calgary, especially in the summertime, because
No, it looks really
they're a very outdoorsy city in the summer. Actually, all year round. But like, it really is a very outdoorsy place. I love that like open air bar and stuff like that's so sick. It'll be fun to go see a game there. And the Saddle Dome's cool, but like it is an old.
It's too old.
It's old.
Like,
It's way too
it's
old.
had its time
Yeah,
way
and,
past.
and it'll be cool for like them to get normal artists
Yeah.
coming through, like
That's the
normal
main thing.
concerts like that they can't get. I'm very excited.
They have a modern venue now that'll be able to house regular things.
Yeah.
It's good. It's great for the city of Calgary because, like, how long have we been talking about they need
Since
a new
the beginning of
arena
the show.
and them fighting with the mayor and the city and all the taxpayers, and finally now in September they break ground on an arena. So it's pretty cool for them.
When do they think Game 1's going to be played?
27. I forget.
2020.
Let me.
Probably 28, 29, somewhere in there.
Will this arena be built before when the Coyotes said their arena was going to be?
Yes, it will. It will.
I don't know. I know I need to get over it, but I'm still mad we got any pushback. Like, there's no plan. What do you mean?
Well, they had renderings.
Oh, good for them. They got fucking, what?
27, 28.
27, 28 is when they're
Season,
going to play
yeah.
their first. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I like that. Okay.
It's pretty good.
Other
That was 2 of 4, 3 of 4. Mr. Michkov
Yes.
arrived in North America. And the Flyers, when they drafted him, the report was that he wouldn't be able to join the Flyers until the 2026 season. Like, we were 4 years away from him being a Philadelphia Flyer. And Daniel Briere went down to the airport. Let me just pull up this photo right now. So all the staff met Michkov at the airport. And I think it was a really cool moment for the kid there. Here's the photo of
Look at that smile.
that's great.
of them meeting him at the airport, welcoming him to North America. And he's going to play this year. Like, how sick is that?
They gave him a Phillies hat and
What's Briere carrying there? Are
the
those
sticks.
Sticks?
Oh, those are sticks.
Yeah.
I'm like, is he skiing? What's going on? Okay. That's cool. I mean, listen, I can't wait for his first game against Montreal, especially if he dangles Reinbacher. I think that's going to be fun.
It's every fan base gets excited about their team's top guys, but this is a player who's going to change the game.
You talk about this so often in the dark years of the Leafs, that the mid 2010s or the early 2010s years, where that's all you have.
That's all you have.
All you have is, oh yeah, these guys are really good. The next guys are really good, and this is it when your team's not very good.
This is why I invented the prospect pyramid,
Yeah.
because we used to have to do the Leafs top 20 prospects when I was with the LeafsNation.com, and I was just like, who cares? Like, who's 12th or 14th? You know what I mean? Like, it's a clump at that point. It's a clump. Like, who cares who's better than who? Like, if your time comes up, there's an injury or whatever.
Sure.
Who fits in there? Like, who's like, okay, but this guy's a lefty.
Yeah.
You know, but I just remember Morgan Riley was far and away their best prospect. He was number 1. And number 2.
This is when Morgan Riley was a prospect.
Yeah,
So
like
freaking crazy.
Oh my
he was
God.
drafted 2012.
now he's been a Leaf for 10 years,
Longer.
12.
He was drafted 12 years ago.
Crazy.
So he was far and away their best prospect. And then number 2 that year, their best forward prospect at the time. And again, you're like, oh, their best forward prospect is gonna hit.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's the best one. Like, okay, yeah, best to you though. It's Josh Levo.
Oh, I thought it was Jerry D'Amico.
Oh, he was probably top 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was probably top 5.
Wow.
Like, it was a brutal time. Michkov he's gonna compete for Rookie of the Year. He's going to be an impact player for the Flyers for a long time. And like, there's very little question of it. You know what I mean? It's, we'll see how this guy does. We'll see it. Like, who was the guy the Oilers just got from Buffalo? Matt Savoy?
Yeah.
Like, he's a guy who I think is going to be very, very good. It's not a guarantee that Michkov is going to be great for a long time.
Yeah, the fan bases right now that are like San Jose's of the world. Montreal's been there for a little bit now, where it's like, okay, we're just talking about the next guy. You know, our guys are going to be so good in a couple of years. It's a fun place to be as a fan.
Yeah,
but because everything's good.
Yeah.
You know, it's just all the young guys. There's no expectations that they have to be good right now. You're just hyped about them and they get to grow into that. So it's fun, but it's also like, all right, when are we going to start winning games?
Well, with the Habs, like, again, like I've been following along on Habs Twitter and I'm like, all right, they can't all be good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and I'm sure a lot of them will be.
Yeah.
I seem to remember a guy who was pretty upset when Brandon Kozin got claimed.
No. So you know what's funny?
Oh, it's Brendan Leipzig.
I thought Brandon Kozin was going to be unreal, but you're thinking of Brendan Leipzig.
Yeah, when Vegas claimed him in the expansion draft.
Oh no!
And you were so mad.
And who cares? Who cares?
We are guilty of the same thing.
Oh, 100%.
No, yeah,
100%.
yeah.
No, like it takes one to know one.
Yeah, sure.
Like
Totally.
when people are like, "Oh, don't talk about how my team's bad. You cheer for the Leafs." I'm like,
Yeah, you watched our shit.
"Yeah, I'm an
Pretty hard on
expert." Like,
them. We kind of want them to win.
I
but not.
know my.
Yeah.
What I should be getting is comments going, "Don't talk about my good team. You have no idea what a good team."
Yeah. That's true. Good point.
It's a little bit of Ottawa Senators fan syndrome. Where like last year, they're like, look at our team. We have so many of these great prospects that we've grown. We've drafted well. All of these top picks. How could we not be good going into next season? And it's like, it doesn't, just because they're top prospects in your system doesn't mean they're all going to hit and they're going to grow into their potential.
Right.
To me, I don't know if this is silly. To me, the mark of a smart fan base is they think their prospects are bad. Or they think their prospects are mid.
Because that means you have some good perspective on it.
Penguins fans, Red Wings fans, those are savvy fans.
They know.
Because they're like, man, our guys are okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, to me, those are like, I'm not insulting fans who think their prospects are good.
No.
We should all be excited about the future of our team.
You know who nailed it? New Jersey Devils fans. All of those years they sucked.
Oh yeah,
they were on every
watch.
They were on all 31 other teams. Be like, you fucking watch this. Jack Hughes is gonna go. Yes, Brat's gonna be fucking amazing. Everybody's gonna be fucking good. And then they eventually were right.
And here they are with one playoff.
But you see the potential now, right? You can see all the good players there.
I think last year for New Jersey was a one-off.
Yeah.
No.
They have
Of course
goaltending
it was.
and everyone got hurt.
Of course
Yeah.
it was.
Yeah.
Of course it was. But I have to give them shit a little bit.
Oh, you should definitely.
Yeah, it's like, oh no, you were right one time. It's cool.
They were hyped on their prospects for years, and eventually they hit.
They're also like, and this is why I did the Devil's pajamas. Jersey fans can be very touchy. I don't know why.
Oh, I know.
And I think maybe I do know why. Maybe it's because the Rangers and the Islanders and the Yankees and the freaking Giants
and it makes
the
it more
Jets
fun.
and
like Flames
they are just like, it's like, no, but if you poke them, they fly into a rage.
Oh, I know.
It's wild.
Flames
I look
fans,
at the Devils as a small market team because of the Giants that are right
now.
next
you're
to
in
them.
shit.
No, I know.
Now you're gonna get angry tweets sent.
Here we go, Jesse.
I think that's a compliment to them in that they're
anthrax mail.
They're not the largest fan base, but they're so hardcore and passionate. You know, like I'm trying to compliment.
No.
I don't know. I don't know why you're twisting my words.
No, they don't take that.
Here's the comparison. Like with Flames fans, you're like, yeah, the Flames aren't very good, and they're like, we know, and I'm like, oh,
yeah,
man, that was really depressing. And you go, the thing about the Devils, and they're like, what the fuck about the Devils? Tell the class, Steve. Like they're on edge.
You look at how early they were on the Lindy Ruff needs to be gone train. Like they know their shit. They're
and then
on
making fun of themselves
when they're good. Yeah.
Sorry, Lindy is the top 5 funniest
Hilarious.
hockey chant of all time.
Oh,
Hilarious.
Yeah. But then they switched back because they were right last season. Eventually he was let go and they knew that, okay, it was time and whatever they had wasn't working. And the GM, like, he didn't put together, like, you can't have one defensive player go down and Dougie Hamilton, your entire team blow up and you didn't supporting goaltending, and they were on that, and they've gone out and they fixed it. And Sheldon Keefe's going to be great, and Markstrom's going to be great, and the Devils are going to bounce back.
Oh, Markstrom and Allen. I forgot about that.
Yeah. Allen, who freaking shut the Leafs down at the end of this. You remember how good he was?
Son of a gun. Of course.
So mad. Okay, Jesse, 4 out of 4. What's the fourth?
4 out of 4. Yeah. So we got 3 of 4, 4 of 4. Ryan O'Reilly was at a golf tournament in Lionhead in Brampton. We all played at Lionhead last year, actually. Yeah. At the Get Real Movement's charity golf tournament.
Oh,
yeah, I was at Lionhead. Ryan O'Reilly was there at a charity golf tournament, and he spoke to the media, which is something that not all NHL players do at their golf tournaments.
No.
He said this about the Toronto, playing in Toronto. It's something so much more than your average team. This is one of the faces of hockey being here. And even just playing this golf tournament, talking to everyone and the questions they ask about it, wanting to know what you're drinking in the room, what was for lunch, and just every little detail. You can tell it's just something so much bigger. It's the game of hockey in a special way. And my question is to you, did Ryan O'Reilly with that quote call the Toronto Maple Leafs not the real NHL?
Yes, but he did it the right way.
There you go.
He did it the right way.
Well, he's also trying to make up for the whole bunch of quotes he made, and they were really in a vacuum harmless. But in the context of the current Toronto Maple Leaf setup, as he left town, he was talking about the media stuff. He was talking about de-emphasizing the core four and how they'd be better off if they did. And by the way, isn't it hilarious that they've done the exact opposite of de-emphasizing the core four? Brad Treliving, first press conference, we're going to de-emphasize the core four. And Ryan O'Reilly, when he leaves, they should probably de-emphasize the core four. And
you know what? We should... No, fuck it! We should bolt them to the floor, is what we should do.
The bolt to the floor four. And I just think, I think that's funny. So when he makes that, he is giving you, what is it? The Stewie. I'm going to give you a compliment sandwich. Like he's going to give you the, he's going to give you.
You put up 90 points a season.
Yeah.
You have smelly dog fat.
That I think is where I think that Ryan O'Reilly took a good long look at Toronto, even though he's from here, and said, I don't need this shit for the next 4 years.
Dude, I
think that's what
he was a Leaf for 24 games.
Yeah,
and it feels like he was here for 20 years.
Yeah, I'm glad I did it, but no thanks.
Listen, I totally understand why someone would play in Toronto and play somewhere else in whatever order and be like, you know what, I'd rather play somewhere else.
Fuck it.
It's quiet.
Yeah.
I can still make millions of dollars and I can go play my guitar at the bar in Nashville and people aren't even going to really bug me. And I understand. I understand. What I can't stand at all is just wrong. It's just objectively wrong. And, touch grass. It's watch other sports instead. The Leafs can't win because of the Toronto media.
Oh, that's crap.
And it's like, you don't watch other sports.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the Yankees had never won a championship.
Yeah. Well, they haven't in a long time, which for them is 20 years.
The Yankees...
Has it even been 20 years?
No.
15?
No.
Was the last one 2009?
They act like it.
How long is 2009?
They act like their drought is 67.
50? Okay. Yeah. That's not too bad.
The Yankee... How does LeBron James get out of bed in the morning? The existence of Tom Brady, the existence of Serena Williams, the existence of other elite athletes playing sports people care about.
Yeah.
It's a very no
one's ever like, man, Shohei Ohtani is followed by 30 reporters, whatever city he goes to. And they're all from Japan.
Yeah.
And boy, bummer. Now he hasn't won anything, but he was on the worst Angels team ever.
Yeah. Why'd the Rangers lose to Florida? I bet it was the media. No, because their fans are smart enough to not say that. Hayden, do you have...
I was going to say, I'm a new F1 fan, and now every time I hear someone in North America complain about media, I'm like, try being an F1.
You have no idea.
The media in F1's insane.
North America, nothing. It's Canada.
Right.
I think it's Canada. It's a very gosh gee willikers, no one pays attention to us. Ridiculous. It's just saying a thing and being mad about fiction. And which you don't need to be. You never actually need to be mad about fiction.
Yeah. Why are you mad about it then, Steve?
You don't. Well, because it's reality. It's they brought it into reality.
Oh, they spoke it into existence?
Can't win because of media and the pressure. And you're just not built for this.
Yeah.
big rough tumble hockey. No, you're not like that.
And you know what? I respect Ryan O'Reilly for going, you know what? Not for me.
And
thanks.
dude, I respect the hell out of him too. Again, I understand. Okay, do I want to play life on hard or on easy? Play it on easy.
Yeah.
Well, some people,
Why wouldn't you?
Some people don't consider that easy or hard. Some people like the media and, being
I don't think
in that environment.
I don't think Nylander gives a shit.
Yeah, that's
think
a
he
great
cares.
example.
Yeah, because he's like that.
Yeah.
He's perfect.
He is
Nylander's
actually the
like
perfect
this,
Leaf.
and he's like, oh yeah, I get to be here and make more money, and my stardom goes up, and I'm going to be more successful if I'm successful here.
Yeah, and I'm gonna take the subway one time and get hundreds of thousands of dollars in a Rogers endorsement immediately.
I think
Immediately.
I don't know if it was one time because I'm pretty sure people said he's been doing it for years.
Yeah, he takes the subway to most games. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the easiest way to beat traffic.
Yeah, like
But then, look what that turned into for him, and that doesn't, if he's taking the subway in Columbus, that probably doesn't happen.
Is there a subway in Columbus?
I couldn't tell you.
Is there a subway in Columbus?
I don't know.
Do they have a subway in Columbus?
I'm sure they got the restaurant. But
Oh, Adam.
Wow, that was bad.
hey, I
That's
have
a
a fifth
4 out of 10.
I have a fifth piece of news.
Oh, nice.
It's a little low on the deserved to interesting meter, but it did just
Is
break.
it better than your subway joke?
It's better than the subway joke, I think. Julian Breezewa and Kyle Dubas have been
Name something for international.
added to the management group for the Four Nations face-off.
Hey.
For
Four
Canada?
Nations.
Four Nations. So they're part of the Canadian management group. Hockey Canada just tweeted that out.
Okay.
So get ready for small.
Kyle
I'm totally
Dubas
kidding.
and Julian Breezewa, and who's heading it up?
I think it's Doug Armstrong from St. Louis.
Is it Dougie? Yeah.
Yeah.
That actually makes a lot of
Because
sense.
Doug and
best
Kyle
friends.
are pretty tight, aren't they?
Yeah, it's the weirdest odd couple.
Yeah. And I don't know have the Blues and Lightning made a lot of deals? But Julian Breezewa's won 2 cups.
No, I
Damn
don't
it.
think you need to.
You probably just bring the
No,
smartest
you're
man in the
Yeah.
room.
Hey, what'd you do? We'll do that.
That one.
Yeah. So anyway, good for them.
That's an 8.
You give that an 8?
That's an 8 on the dessert.
That's a little high for me. That's like a 5.
I think that's pretty interesting. Four Nations face a Dubas, Armstrong, and Breezewa. That
Now,
brain trust.
They
is
will starve
fascinating.
together, right?
No.
Am I right?
Okay.
Am I right? Am I right? Am I right?
One of these days, Adam, you're going to go through that window next to you.
Just don't forget it.
No, that was good. That was good.
That's great. Okay. Now can we do a press conference?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it. AG1. You've heard us talk about it before. You know that Jesse uses it, and look at Jesse. Look at him. Healthy, strong specimen with great gut health. Yeah, that's right. So
Give it a thumbs up for anybody listening.
Steve started using it because Jesse started using
I'm
it.
friends with Jesse.
And now let me ask you this, Steve. That first week on with drinking AG1 every day, what did you feel?
Grew wings.
You grew.
I got a halo. I got claws, but they're like functional, like Wolverine. No, it's just it does boost your energy, like it says, and I don't really. I shouldn't get too graphic with this, but it makes your tummy happy.
Gut support.
Gut
That's what we call that.
Big time.
Jesse, would you agree with the digestive enzymes?
Oh,
Or gut
yeah. Is
support.
that the scientific term?
Yes.
The poop good.
Listen, if there's one product we recommend to elevate your health, it's AG1, and that's why we've been a partner with them for so long. So if you want to take ownership of it, try AG1 and get one free year supply of vitamin D3, K2,
K2, yeah.
and 5 free AG1 travel packs. Because if you're going on vacation this summer, you might want to bring AG1 with you. Your first purchase, it all comes with it. Go to drinkag1.com/SDP. That's drinkag1.com/SDP. Check it out.
The Presser. SDP. The Steve Dangle Press Conference.
This first question, it comes from Lydia. Lydia wants to know, out of all of the teams who have never won a cup, who will be the first to get one and when?
Ooh.
Make your prediction on the first. Not Hayden wants to say the Minnesota Wild, but I don't think any of us are picking the Wild.
I don't think we can pick the Wild
Out of
yet.
all the current teams that are Stanley Cupless in their franchise history, Who's the first one to break that drought?
All right, let's make a list.
Thanks.
Vancouver.
Nashville,
Oh, damn. It feels like they have, but they haven't.
Minnesota.
Seattle.
Vancouver, Nashville, Minnesota. Wait, fuck. Vancouver, Nashville, Minnesota, Seattle,
Winnipeg.
Oh yeah.
I you know what? I do count the Senators Cup in 1918.
Yeah, that's fair.
They're a Stanley Cup winning team.
That's fair.
Okay, I'll give them that.
Utah, San Jose.
I'm trying.
Oh, Columbus.
Yeah. Are we including future expansion teams, Houston and Atlanta, in this?
No. No. I think that might be it.
Buffalo.
Oh, Buffalo.
Oh,
San Jose.
yeah.
Did you say San Jose?
Yes,
Yes.
he did.
Okay.
It's not a strong list at the moment. I think Vancouver's probably one of the better.
Vancouver's probably the 1 seed.
Yeah.
Edmonton.
I like.
Sorry, no, I just wanted to piss people
Listen,
off.
man.
Sorry.
People are not giving them the credit. Like Vancouver pushed Edmonton to Game 7 this year.
Well,
It was pretty damn close, and they had no winger depth, none.
it's I'd have to go back and look at this, but it's interesting to me that the team that won the Stanley Cup in 2023, the team that gave them the most trouble during that cup run, won the next one. No, they didn't. They got to the Stanley Cup final. Yeah, no, there's no correlation.
I think Vancouver's
I saw where you were going.
Vancouver's the 1 seed. Like they also
Yeah.
didn't have a goaltender. Like
Yeah,
Arthur
yeah.
Shrilovs isn't your starting
Respectfully,
goaltender in
yeah.
any serious situation. It should be Thatcher Demko. So I feel like if they come back, they're probably the number one seed to win the Stanley Cup out of these teams. Next up is
Kind of by far.
probably Winnipeg.
Oh,
based
Nashville.
based on their regular season, it's probably Winnipeg.
I would say, man,
put
Nashville
Nashville
now, though, the way that they played Vancouver, now that they probably score goals, I don't know.
You load up with Marchessault and Stamkos. So maybe it's Vancouver, Nashville, Winnipeg, and then you get into a clump of Buffalo, Ottawa. Are we counting?
We're not counting Ottawa.
No?
They won
Okay.
a cup. They won a cup.
All right.
No one was alive, but they won a cup.
Buffalo, Seattle, and then way down you have Buffalo, Seattle,
Columbus?
Utah.
Columbus, Utah, San
No,
Jose.
Columbus. Yeah, I'm going with the Columbus is down there with San Jose in that tier.
Yeah.
Columbus, San Jose is the bottom tier, and then that middle tier is Utah, Seattle, Buffalo. Top tier, Nashville, Vancouver, Winnipeg.
Yep.
That is fair.
I want to say this. If I were a fan of, if I could choose between being a fan of the San Jose Sharks and the Columbus Blue Jackets, right now I'm going San Jose.
Oh, and Minnesota.
easily.
Minnesota's in that middle tier.
Columbus is not
Sorry.
great, and I'm not
Sorry,
sure what
Adam.
direction they're going. Although they do have some good players, good young players, but not like Celebrini good, do they?
Who? Which
Columbus.
What-
Columbus doesn't
no.
have anybody like.
Fantilli.
Okay,
Yeah.
No,
Your check?
he's going to be very good. He's going to be very
Going to
good.
be very good, but
Yeah.
like how good?
Celebrini,
Right.
like Elite Prospects said, Celebrini better than Eichel. Like
Oh, damn.
that's pretty good.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Based on what?
Biest.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
But Biest according to them. I have.
Well, Minnesota lands in behind Winnipeg, I'd say, in the tier.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mm.
Vancouver,
Yeah.
Nashville, Winnipeg, Minnesota.
that's yeah.
I think that's fair.
Yeah.
And I think Nashville has a good chance of passing Vancouver this year if they start scoring bunches of goals. Because I like Nashville's defense a lot.
They're harder to analyze because they're completely different,
Yes.
right? Whereas Vancouver is going back with a
But-
very similar.
And and obviously Canucks fans know. I mean, they pushed them to Game 6, right? So it's not out of
and
the
probably outplayed them.
realm. Oh yeah, every game outplayed them.
Brock Besser shot 90%.
Yeah.
Do you have Seattle ahead of Minnesota on the tier? Is it Winnipeg, Seattle,
Yes.
Minnesota, or Minnesota, Seattle?
No, I put Seattle there.
Seattle ahead of Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think Seattle is going to be much better this year.
Insultingly, they're close enough and far away enough that I don't think it matters.
They're the mid. That we have the top 3 tier, and then we have the middle tier of Minnesota, Seattle, and then we have the bottom tier, the third tier of Buffalo, Utah, and who was the other one I had there? Buffalo, Utah, and the other team.
Columbus? No.
No, the bottom tier is Columbus, San Jose.
Okay.
Yeah,
Hey,
that's good. Oh,
is Seattle
Ottawa.
the new Minnesota?
Ottawa is the other one.
Yeah.
with the Buffalo.
But I'm still counting their cup.
Yeah. Ben Webb, would you rather be a pirate or astronaut?
Oh,
Pirate. Brotherhood. Astronaut. It's every movie about space is like really depressing and lonely. And it's less exciting. You know, pirate, it's like, well, we're going to sail here. We're going to steal some shit. We're going to shoot some guns and then drink a lot of rum. It sounds like fun.
I'm going to say astronaut because I think there's less chance I die a painful death.
Less chance?
Less
In
what?
space.
You know what I'm not going to get in
he's
space?
right.
You know what I'm not going to get in space? Scurvy. You know what I'm not going to get in space? Stabbed. You know what I'm not going to get in space? Roasted by the sun. You know what I'm not going to get in space? Drowned. You know what I'm not going to get in space? You know what there is none of in space? There is not one poop deck. A deck for poop. There's not one of those. Remember, like, are we talking about a today pirate?
Not a today.
No, we're talking about traditional.
We're talking golden age of pirates.
movie. Hey, I'm Johnny Depp pirate.
Yeah, a swashbuckling pirate
right.
looking for gold doubloons.
Yeah. You're missing all your teeth.
Spend my whole life in the Caribbean? Yeah.
Hell no.
No, it's not. You're not on vacation, Adam.
Yeah.
That's what it would be. No, that's the whole thing. Hey,
He's
no,
right.
pirates
The
like-
This is
correct
not
answer
an
is
all-inclusive.
yeah.
This is there's a reason why Johnny Depp does not look well kempt
Listen,
during those films.
it's Assassin's Creed Black Flag for me. Have you ever played that game?
no.
You are an assassin and a pirate. It's insane.
Yeah, are people
Amazing
trying to
game.
kill you?
They are.
That's why I
but
chose
better at
astronaut.
that. You're better at killing them than
Yeah,
killing you. So,
but they're still trying to kill you.
so just saying.
Astronaut, and like if I do die, I'll explode. But I'm not gonna.
All right,
I'm not gonna.
Do you know why Steve's right? Because the modern astronaut doesn't even have to like have the temptation of like dying in space or anything like that. The modern astronaut, all he does is sit around and play David Bowie all day. That's the life I
dare
want.
you.
Yeah. And then you come back to Earth and you do cool press tours and everybody loves you. And
Yeah, you go around, you do interviews, you bring your guitar, and you play Bowie.
Yep.
That's what an astronaut does these days. I'm picking that life over being a pirate on a boat.
I'll be honest.
dying of scurvy.
I was at BT when our astronaut did do that. And he came in and played David Bowie
That's what I'm
with
saying.
his band, literal
Yeah.
band. It happened.
That's
Yeah.
what an astronaut does.
You might get to drop the puck at a Leaf game. They've never once been like, all right, this person has been on 300 tours on a pirate ship and killed countless civilians. Please welcome. Like, that's never happened.
No, this isn't close. Adam, I don't know what you're talking about.
I just think it's
You know what I'm not going to have to do in space? Kill to eat. I picked the astronaut.
oh. Now you know what sits beside you.
Oh, shit.
Pirate Adam.
Oh, fuck.
Ready to starve.
With us?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Ready to starve with us and feed on us if need be.
At TFCNU2 on Twitter writes, if Tavares signed a team-friendly extension tomorrow, would the fan base / your view of the player improve?
Let me just say this.
I don't. My opinion of Tavares doesn't need to improve. I'm very high on Johnny T.
Nobody on the show has a poor impression of John Tavares. Even after the Montreal series where he got kicked in the head, and then the next year people were like, the guy's washed, the guy's washed, the guy's washed. We were going, no, Tavares is good. And then the following year after that, he was great.
He's just not $11 million.
Yeah,
but
and that's what happened.
was.
At the end of a $7 million
Yeah,
deal.
John Tavares lived up to the price of the contract.
Yeah.
That's what people don't want to admit that, but it's true.
Yeah.
This is what happens at the end, but throughout it, he was an $11 million player.
Yeah. It's like
Yep.
the contract is you're living with the consequences of the contract from beginning to end.
Yep.
Like I don't understand the notion of like, well, why is Tavares' 11 million treated differently than Marner's? Well, because they're completely fucking different. Like there's no worry that going forward Tavares will make 12.
No.
No, I think
There's no worry.
One was also a free agency deal where you have to pay a lot.
Yes.
And the other was a re-signing of
where,
your
where you don't
of
have to
your
pay a lot,
RF
but we chose to.
of your RFA.
Yeah.
Team had all the leverage and got murdered anyway.
Like they're different situations.
Yeah, and let's double down on the murder. It's not the same.
Yeah, I think I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, I don't know where the bad Tavares stuff is coming from. Like I can see there's limitations with the player, but there's limitations with every player. And
Some people take his off-ice attitude and they think his compete level is low.
I don't think his compete level's low. It is annoying though, and I will say this, and I said it to you openly in Game 3. It's annoying when somebody's grabbing him and he just shows zero emotion. I know that's not his thing. Like one of the guys who drives for my favorite Formula One team, Oscar Piastri, won his first race this week, and there was like a whole bunch of controversy around it. But he also was very understated because he's an understated guy, right? But I would like John just once to lose his fucking mind, and just to create space for himself, because Kucherov doesn't have to do it often, but he does it, and people go, "Oh my God, he might kill me." And if you thought John Tavares might kill you, you might not treat him that way.
Well, like all the great players who are kind of aging in this generation, at some point early in their careers, made room for themselves. Crosby, at one point, crybaby Crosby was like, I'm just gonna fight a few guys, and people were like, "Oh," and it's not like people left him alone after that, but that if you're a dick to Crosby, he's gonna stick you in the balls. And he's gonna slash you, and he's gonna cry. He slashed the dog shit out of Claude Giroux.
What if you did it to Malkin? What if you were shithead to Malkin?
Malkin would beat the shit out of you. He's a lunatic. Ovi fought at least a few times and will kill you. He'll hit you. You don't want to be on the receiving end of that train. Kucherov makes room for himself. McDavid makes room for himself. Lots of the best players of this or the last generation make room for themselves. And just once, like Matthews with the surgically repaired wrists, okay, I understand. Like, what would be great though is you pick a night. You have to pick a night. Prepare for it properly. Don't tell anyone, whatever. Tape the shit out of your wrists. Throw a couple punches and then give him a good old judo flip. Get beneath him.
I think
freaking give him a.
While we're on John, I think that's what it needs to be.
Well, I see John. It's tough because I don't want him taking blows to the head. I don't want anyone taking blows.
I'm talking about being a little dirty. A little dirty. The guy thing, he skates away from you, slash him across the back of the calves. Nobody's going hurt. No one's getting hurt, but it stings like hell. And you're like, did John Tavares just slash me across the back of the calves?
Do you give a shit
What?
if there's a couple 2-game suspensions this November?
No.
I don't care.
No, just
William Nylander, I feel like, has the physical capability to beat the brakes off of someone.
no one ever goes after him.
And just doesn't do it.
No one ever goes after him.
But so what? Be the aggressor once. I don't know. It's just, I feel like with this team, you have no idea the brownie points you would earn with this fan base. Dion Phaneuf was not a good Leaf. What did he do in his first fucking game? He fought someone. He grabbed, do you remember who he fought?
No.
Yeah, because it didn't matter. It's Colin White of the Devils. Gives a shit. But everyone was just like, new guy! New guy! Let's go, new guy! Because it's awesome when the new guy does that.
Yeah.
But I think it would be even better if all of a sudden you're like, imagine having a ticket to the game where most Leaf fans go to 1 or 2 games a year because that's all they can. And they probably get them free or they found it on a dead body. It's impossible. And imagine you're at the game where William Nylander fought someone and maybe even won or did okay. Yeah. He drew. He took a punch and didn't die. And he friggin' threw a punch and it was pretty good and fun. And the bench went, woo! You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Toronto, they're just so hard to please. No, throw a punch once. Mm-hmm. Throw a punch once and ride it for 3 years.
Yeah, and I fully expect John Tavares to stick around and sign a very team-friendly deal.
Yes.
If you're asking my opinion on that.
I also want him to remain captain, even though Steve Dangle and Adam Wilde lead the Austin Matthews for captain parade. I'm on the I like JT as my captain.
Okay. Well,
nah.
I think Nancy. I think face of the franchise now, but it's okay because either are good options. I'm not dying. Give it to
As a pirate, you will be. Next up, the Junior Hockey League of the Continental Hockey League. So a lot of people were talking about how this will be implemented in the KHL. It is not. It is in the lower level of the KHL where this new rule will be implemented.
I guess
but
VHL?
MHL. Starting next season, they are going to be testing a new rule. Players are not allowed to skate with the puck back to their half of the ice in OT. A minor penalty shall be imposed upon the team starting the second violation of the rule. So what this means is, in overtime at 3-on-3, there will be no circling back. Once you cross over the red line, you must remain on that half of the ice. And if you do that, you'll get the other team will get a face-off in the zone if you do that. But if you do it a second time, then a minor penalty will be assessed. So they have a little illustration here. A player of the attacking team carries the puck across the red line back to his half of the ice in OT. And then they show that. The play stops. The face-off shall be conducted in the offending team's end. And then they show a little arrow.
Also, I love that you're scrolling through this as though the KHL might come after us for copyright infringement.
They literally might. A minor penalty shall be imposed upon the team for each next violation. What do you guys think of the KHL, well, the junior KHL, eliminating the circle backs in OT?
I like it.
Yeah,
I like it. I think you can't rag the puck that way. That should be an instant penalty, by the way. It should not be a face-off and then a penalty. Why would we allow a face-off? That's so stupid. No, make it that way. If obviously if possession changes, like if Steve carries it over and then I get it, and then give it away to Steve, then Steve can bring it back.
Yes, obviously, yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
But I think if you carry it over the line, one of the things that drives me nuts about 3-on-3 overtime is when teams are like, no, I'm going to take the excitement away from the crowd and make it less fun. And we're just going to hang out and, dick the puck around until fucking shootout.
This is our bias as Leaf fans because, dude, there's so many overtimes. They're like, we're just going to keep it away from Austin.
I know.
That's why they would start with camp.
I know. Do people like shootouts, though? Like, do they really like shootouts as compared to 3-on-3?
No, but you know what? Ironically, my solution would be like the only change I would make to this rule, because it's a decent rule. I don't want to see them change hockey too much, but it's a decent rule. Instead of a penalty,
that's not changing.
Well, yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
Sure, it is. It's like a backcourt violation in hockey.
Yeah, but 3-on-3 itself is so far from what you're talking about.
Yeah,
exactly. So the
Steve
only
Dangle
change,
conservative.
Yeah,
the only change I would make
JD Dangle over here
is hey, holy shit! I had a Mountain Dew today.
Sorry.
Anyway, sorry. The only change I would make is let's not waste time with penalties. Penalty shot. Instant.
Oh, that's kind of fun.
Penalty shot.
Oh, I like that. That's a great idea.
Penalty shot.
I don't want to change. Don't want to change it too much. I just want to eliminate penalties.
Yeah. If you would just let me fucking say it.
If anything, I think you went further.
Yeah, man, I agree with that. He did go further.
How about this? No penalties in overtime ever. Just penalty shots.
I also think
You would get murder.
the other option.
What do you mean?
People would just take that. I would take that all day.
Yeah, you take a penalty shot over.
Yeah.
I would much rather have a penalty shot than a 2-minute penalty.
4-on-3.
Here's what you do.
Here,
It's 3-on-2. That's what everybody wants. 3-on-2. Give me 3-on-2.
Can I whisper something?
No.
Yeah.
Like, since no one's listening.
Sorry.
So, Jesse, you said it would just be murder? Okay. Let them.
No.
Let them what?
Give me anarchy.
No, stop.
Give me murder puck.
Okay.
Do it.
One rule I will always be in favor of changing is you shouldn't be able to ice the puck on the penalty kill. Dumbest thing ever. Why?
I hate it.
Why?
It was only instituted in the 50s because the Montreal Canadiens were steamrolling the rest of the league.
Wasn't that the...
It's the Maurice Richard rule.
No, that's the one where you score and it stops the penalty, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's not...
When was the icing?
That I don't know.
I don't know. I don't think that has to do with it.
No, they would just score like, I don't know, 4.
Yeah, because they would just keep going on the 2 minutes, the full 2 minutes, right? And then
take
they
one
ended it.
penalty and the game's over.
I think that if you're being penalized, why do you then gain an advantage with the rules?
Yeah.
And the other team can't ice it? Like, that doesn't make sense.
I think it's because it lets the refs off the hook. Because if you're a ref, you'll never call, because they're wimps. They'll never call a penalty again. They'll be no, I don't want to change the game. I don't want to change the game.
No. You have to call penalties like normal. I don't think it makes sense.
What do you think about refs going to Stanley Cup parties?
I think it's cool, man.
Yeah?
Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely.
Good for them. What else we got, Jess? Or should we wrap it up?
We're good.
Okay, we're gonna wrap it up. I think it's cool.
Steve's off the rail.
Yeah. You're out of control, Steve.
You're out of control.
Well, because if one team gets a penalty shot and they don't score, I mean, you got to look to give the other team a penalty shot.
Yeah, obvious.
It's only fair.
Well, that's what would happen. You know that. So you'd
do.
get the shootout before the shootout in 3-on-3.
Stop the extra. We need to continue.
The Steve Dangle Podcast. Follow the guys on Twitter at Steve_Dangle, at Adam WYLDE, and at Jesse Blake. Connection complete.